Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to trim along our seam allowance. I use small scissors for a regular turn diaper where we marked our elastic. I'm going to try and show you. I kind of mark it at I put my scissors at the same angle the snaps are going. Excuse me. I cut it down until about 1/8 of an inch from the stitch. Up here, I do the same angle. I'm cutting the same angle as the snaps. Up here, it's just a straight down. And I cut about 1/8 of an inch away from my mark as well. Okay, now I take my bigger scissors and I trim the seam allowance down to about 1/8 of an inch around where I've sewn, leaving about 1/2 an inch up at the top, or I guess by the snaps where we will end up turning the diaper. I'm angling right now to get about 1/2 an inch seam allowance right there where the opening is, and then I go back to about 1/8 of an inch. And this is along the front. I'm trying to do it so you guys can actually see, but having trouble. Alright, so right now we're about to make it to our first elastic casing at the leg. So we're at this elastic casing, which has a nice little flap now. And what I do is I measure, and in my head I don't know how wide that casing is supposed to be. And I don't think I even have a ruler to measure how wide that casing is supposed to be. But I'm going to estimate, and we're going to say maybe 1/2 an inch is what we're going to leave. And we're going to start trimming right here. Yeah, 1/2 an inch. And I trim the entire leg casing at about 1/2 an inch. Which it is almost 1/2 an inch without really trimming it. Okay. Now we have 1/2 an inch leg casing, 1/8 of an inch down here. We're at a wing. And we're going to trim eighth of an inch for the wing. I apologize if you're not able to see what I'm doing. We're at our next elastic casing, and we're going to do 1/2 an inch up here, seam allowance as well. Now we're back to the wing. We're going to go back to 1/8 of an inch for the wing. And then we're at our final leg casing, and we're going to trim that leg casing up to 1/2 inch as well, which mine is pretty much already 1/2 inch. I'm not having to do much trimming on that one. Alright, and that is all we're going to do for this. It's trimmed, and now we're ready to turn it, which will be in the next video.